So some think that if it's online, then there'd be more people who are able to tune in, to log into this, to these debates. But there's also that argument that in most countries there's very limited broadband and it's not that stable. And so even if you have 60 people or 100 people tuning into that meeting, if they cannot really hear you, then it will just be a problem. There's just 60 people who are having problems tuning in. And so another thing is that there's the time zone differences, and I was in a meeting recently where they had to do 2 meetings, to take, to make sure that people in different time zones were able to join in. Actually, it wasn't 1 meeting; it was 2 meetings, and so there's institutions are trying to have 2 different meetings on the same topic to ensure that if one person is on one side of the world, they're still able to participate in that discussion. But then it's still very challenging because those are 2 meetings with 2 different groups of people. And so you cannot replicate the same discussion. And so it is a benefit in some extent, but also it is a challenge because mostly I think what we've learned over the last year is that it's possible to work to work online, but then the COP, since the last 25 COPs have worked with physical presence. There's a way you can make your point heard if you're there, if people see you, if you have 60 people behind you whispering into your ear, then you're able to make a certain statement. Or if people are outside chanting a certain thing, so there's a way the COP has been shaped to to embrace the physical presence, and there's some things that will be lost when it's online. And so and I'm not sure how far these discussions have gone about whether to go online, and I think it will be a hybrid model for the COP, but there's things we gain and there's things we lose, and it means quite a lot for the negotiations because there's some voices we will definitely not be able to capture. For example, there's indigenous groups who, for example, live in the middle of, let's say, who come from the middle of the Amazon, who seriously, if you wanted them to tune in, you'd have to bring them to capital cities, or people who live in the middle of the Congo forest, or some pastoralists in Kenya. And so those access issues may not be fully addressed by I think they've been made worse by COVID.